I can't type it in.
You can't type it in? What was your number, Lena?
You are now muted.
5.
7.
All right, Miss Pat.
Minister B, congratulations on the nostril.
All right, Minister B.
The number 8.
Hey, Minister B, inbox me your PayPal information.
Go ahead, Mr. B.
Come on.
Congratulations, Mr. B.
Congrats, Mr. B. Hey.
Yeah. So, like I said, hey, we'll if we only have a few people or whatever, we'll just continue to do it until the well runs dry. Just say, I think I got $1,000 in PayPal. So, you know.
Oh, well, let's do another one.
Yeah, you got that right.
Nah.
We'll stay here as long as you do, Sam.
Yeah, you got that
Y'all are so wrong, man. Y'all are so wrong. She said this one's for $100. Hey, we want it to last, not just a dollar session.
And what I'll do this time is actually participate. Do the $100 one.
Yeah, you got that right.
Hey, $100, I tell you. That's good money. But anyway, hey, you guys got your mics open. Tell us, what you guys. Give us some feedback for today. What you think those that was on the call, that seen what we were talking about.
Yeah. New beginnings.
New beginnings. Yep.
You are now unmuted.
Hey, praise him.
Yep.
Thank you, Sue.
Great call. Unity.
He said I get to pick the number and I get to play.
Well, you know what? Now we could do the reverse. If you come on a call, you put $5 in the pot. You see what I'm talking about? And then we just pull it off at the end.
Nah, man. Yeah, somebody will call it a Ponzi scheme. We're not going to do that one.
Hey, it's only a Ponzi scheme if I win all the time. Hear me, Miss Pat?
Right. We know you'll find a way.
If I keep winning every time.
Yeah, you'll find a way.
So what we win, a G?
Uh-oh. Hey, like I said, when you send me that PayPal, it'll be on the way.
I put it in your Facebook box.
It's my email address. I just typed it in. MinB from NYC.
I got you, Minister B. I put it in the Facebook. There'll be no excuses rendered today.
So next time, me and Ray, and if you guys want to come on Motivational Monday, we got Aaron on here, and I didn't know if we was going to have him here with us because me and Ray were so out of sync, and you guys, I can't even tell you how bad. I don't know. I think God was just dealing with me last night for some reason. I didn't think I was gonna make it to the morning. When I would cough, it felt like my rib broke every time.
Wow.
And I was like, I couldn't even. I was scared to cough because you know how you have a chest cold and you're trying to clear your chest. You go, trying to do that just to clear your chest. I couldn't even do that. I couldn't even lay down. I was on my knees like all night long, just on my knees. And then I would get up. My wife would look at me like I'm crazy, but she knew I was in pain. She didn't say anything, but it just kept hurting really, really bad. And I was like, man, what's going on? And then this morning I was like, well, you know what? Maybe it was just saying maybe this is a pain because I don't like. I'm like Miss Pat. I like to keep things pretty much on a business point of view. But sometimes, like I said, when you know better and you do have to say something. And if you continue not to say anything and you continue to just watch things as that's what happens. That's what's happening to our society. If you go way back in history, there was a lot of people that didn't just sit on the sidelines. and they didn't just allow things to happen. That's why change finally did start to happen, when people finally decided to come together and work together. Will those same mindsets and principles work? Probably not, because it's a different time and a different element, but the underlying value still is the same. We still got to come together, and we still have to be on as a united front and just let people know. I seen that Chick-fil-A has got into the arena. I don't know if you guys seen anything about that, heard anything about that.
No.
Okay, so Chick-fil-A has distributed T-shirts to their employees that say, support the blue.
That's good.
That's great. Support the blue. What about the blue are you supporting? Because that's just like me saying, a drug dealer comes to the neighborhood, he sells drugs, but he gives out tennis shoes and he gives money to people. So support the drug dealer. You can't support things when things are wrong. If you say support them reaching out and working together with their communities, support them learning how to deal with people. I think the intensity of being an officer is so high that they're not doing proper screening with choosing officers. How can you be a KKK member and become an officer? How can you be a KKK member and be in the military? When I was in the military, I was asking, now you got so many people, you got guys who's not even a U.S. citizen, but they're in the Army, they're in the Air Force. They can join. They don't have to be a citizen to join. So they're in the military just like you in the military. But you say you got a problem with these people? How can you work with someone every day, side by side, and have a problem with that person? Whatever reason that it is. That, to me, that's people not properly doing their job and finding out, if these people are really fit for this type of work. I really think that's the problem, and it's not probably the officer's fault. It's the people that are in power. They don't really care, and then until people start making them accountable for just hiring anybody and not putting people through, that's a very stressful job. Okay, every time you walk up on a car, you don't know if your life is in danger. When you walk in a building, you don't know who is there as an aggressor against you. So, and then you always have to play this role. So I know it's very pressure, but it seems like this is the type of stuff you should train for, just like we train for in the military when you were in hostile environments, hostile situations, how to handle yourself. That same type of training, when these guys are making videos saying, hey, if you get caught and someone pulls you over, make sure you have your hands up and you got to do all that. Why do I got to do all that? That doesn't make any sense. You teaching me to go through training that they should already went through on how to approach a person sitting in the car. That's the only problem I have with it, is because it shouldn't be any sides being taken and saying this one is right and that one is right. It's a problem on all sides, and something has to be fixed. It's not support one side, support the other side. And why would big business get into it? Because it's a level of confusion. Because then McDonald's follows suit, then Kmart follows suit, then Walmart follows suit, and then now you got this mass situation. Everybody is against one thing or another, and then people have to make choices, and then there's another division. That's why I said I didn't think that was a great deal for Chick-fil-A to get. They already took enough turmoil, just like Hobby Lobby, for their stance on religious things as far as support on Sundays and being able to provide contraceptive to their employees. They already are in the limelight for these things. So what agenda is really happening? That whenever I see that type of stuff, that's the question I always ask myself is, what is the real picture here? Because what you see ain't always what you see. Believe half of what you see. what is it? My mom used to tell me all the time. It's the same. She said, "Believe none of what you see, half of what you hear, and none of what you know." Something like that. I get it right. But anyway, everything you see ain't always what it is. Most of the time, what you hear ain't what it is. If you don't know it for yourself, then it's just not true. That should be your first stance until you know it for yourself. Because anything can be perceived anyway. If you see me coming out of Miss Pat's house on a Friday night at 12 o'clock, what goes through your mind? Or, you know what I'm saying? Nothing is ever the way that it always seems. Or what you hear. 9 times out of 10, when you was in school, when the teacher would start at the front door, she would tell you something, and then by the time it got to the end of all these stories have been passed. And it's so funny that the original video started out one way, and then by the time people on social media then added all their magical touches to it in different angles and different things like that, easily misconstrued in any way, whether it's for the blue side or the black side. So that's why I said we just got to be slow to anger and just keep our heads about things and really ask the question, what is really the main agenda here? Because they are trying to provoke situations. Martial law has not been put in place for no reason. There is a mass overload of population. The purge at election day is not just a movie. If you believe it is, then okay. I believe in Martians and aliens too, but not the ones that are blue and green. I believe there's other things out there beyond what we can comprehend that are watching us just like we looking for everything else too. I believe it. But that doesn't mean everything you see ain't always what it is. If you go back in history with J. Edgar Hoover and all that, Martin Luther King was a terrorist. He was a terrorist. So, was he? I don't know. But I'm not going to go by what they say or anybody else say. I just know he made, because of unity, he made some strides and really made the foundation for a lot of people. And that's the same thing we have to do, is continue to stick together. So anyway, I don't know why I'm talking about that. Hope I didn't blow y'all up, kill y'all. Hey, if I told you half of my thoughts, you guys would think I was crazy. So I ain't going to say. My wife said, "You don't tell people that, do you?" I said, "No, I just say it in a joke so they'll laugh." But I mean, I do think that we're being positioned to move in a certain direction because of, like Ray said, there is an ultimate agenda. And if you don't think it is, even with this election, I already, in my heart of hearts, I knew it was going to come down to Hillary and Trump. And at the end of the day, I think it's all about Hillary. I mean, that's just my personal opinion. If nobody knows, I think it is. Whether she's the right person or the wrong person, I think all pieces was put in position to move everybody in a certain direction. Whether you like Trump or dislike Trump, most people are going to play that card. And then I think at the end of the day, when they play that card, it's going to work in Hillary's favor. Because how many times have you seen on TV that a woman president was coming? They already told you. They've already picked it. That's my belief. So I'm just going to I'm sticking with that. They've already chosen her a long time ago. It's just, how do we get people to move in that direction? We give them somebody who they probably really don't like and can't stand. So, well, who you going to vote for? Who you going to vote for?
At the end of the day, one of them going to get elected.
Right, exactly. And so you got 50-50 odds if you bet on either one of them. That's like my wife said, it's going to be a boy or a girl. Yeah. You're right. It's just, unless it's both. But anyway. So I just think some things are happening for reasons, and it's out of our control. So we don't spend a lot of time fighting with each other, loving one another. I tell my grandkids, and one of them he tried to hit on me all the time. I said don't hit Grandpa, love on Grandpa. If you're gonna hit me with something, hit me with love, not violence, not with your anger or whatever. Hit me with some love, because that right there will fix most situations, regardless. Hug on me, whatever, but don't fight. And fighting is not the answer. Violence is not the answer, in my point of view. So, whatever you guys decide to do it well. Just remember that whatever business you're working in, don't stop striving for your goals. Make sure you have your priorities and put so much time in your business, and then whatever you have, make sure you invest in with your family and those types of things. Because at the end of the day, it's all about you and the people that are around you, and those are the things that's going to sustain you in the long run. Not everything that's happening around in the universe. You might not even see some of the stuff that's happening, and then someday it might affect you personally. So maybe when it does and it hits home, that you'll have a way to understand before you react to it. Just make sure you think about what's going on and what's happening, and what is the real underlying value of what's really happening. And hopefully today we gave you some ideas in Motivation Monday. And next Monday, me and Ray will have something a lot sweeter and fluffier for you guys. Like cotton candy.
Yeah.
So, Minister B, I am going to PayPal right now. And get you that.
Cool, man.
So
I
you
can still use that G, man.
Hey, if I'm giving away a G, they might think I'm a Ponzi.
Praise the Lord. Glory, glory,
Yes,
glory.
giving away G's. All right.
It'll definitely come in handy, my brother.
Yep. Hey, I'm Ray. You got anything?
No, I'm done. I've got a lot more I could say, but we need to kind of limit
I ain't lying, dude.
the call. Are you going to have your regular 1 o'clock call or no?
Yeah, 1 o'clock.
You mentioned Aaron a while ago.
Yeah, 1 o'clock. Yeah, Aaron, if he has a chance, I don't know what his schedule's like. Aaron, what's your 1 o'clock look like?
We're just gonna be cleaning up. I'll be free for the 1 to 2. That's just an hour.
Yep. So I believe Miss Pat and a few other people wanted to see live how and get more in depth in what you were doing as far as the post for a friend. And
No problem. We can do that.
So we'll come back in at 1. Hey, Ray.
Yep.
We're just gonna go into the training room.
That's work. Yep.
Is that cool with everybody? We're gonna go to $25 Legacy training room.
Cool.
And the password is guest. I'll go and make the event, and like I said, I don't know how many people show up, but if they don't show up, oh well.
You just miss out.
You just miss out.
Yep. Me and Miss Pat's gonna pick Aaron's brain and then jump all over it. How's that, Aaron? He got his mic muted.
Silly, man. Silly. I'm gonna have to wear some foil, man, dealing with y'all.
Lord.
All right, let me go ahead and make this room for you.
All righty, brothers and sisters. We will see you in about 45 minutes, I suppose.
Yep.
Later, Tater.
Thank you.